You know, I've already told you that God and devil are two twins. They're just two twins. And growing up as twins, and I think anybody who has twins can relate to this, or is a twin. Uh, the parents, a twin has a very hard time, especially when they're identical, have a hard time of standing out and outshining the other twin. They have to find, I hate when I say, or okay, or like, or so. I hate all those words. But, I hate but. But, back to what I was saying. To shine and to be your own person, to not be like, it's always you two, or you and your brother, you and your sister. It's never you. You're never by yourself. You're never alone. The story doesn't ever not include your twin. It's like, you're here, where's your twin? It's like they always want to know. They don't care that you're there. They're glad you're there because they don't have to worry about you. But they want to know where your twin is now because they don't know where the twin is. So it's like you're invisible. And it starts to make a very sick psyche about the person, and they're always like, for the God and devil, it's always about one's trying to be really good and shine, and one's trying to be really bad and shine. Hiroshima, the devil shined like crazy. He was on top of the world. Mom and Dad knew exactly who he was and where he was. And same with 9/11 kind of thing. And Pearl Harbor, and the most bad situations you can think of in the world. When Jesus died, when I died the first time, the devil took credit. And the funny thing, it was God's credit. God saved me by killing me because I had no future in that time. That time was the wrong time for me, but we used it to set up this time and make this the right time. I couldn't be what I am today on Friday the 15th of August, if it didn't happen years ago, what happened? That's set up today. And so everybody's a product of their past, they say. Like if you were molested as a child, you're most likely going to be a child molester when you're older, and you're a victim of your past. And that's what I am, and that's what you are. You're a victim of my past, but you're a good victim, not like a child molester or a bad victim. You're a good victim because you're going to reap the rewards of me and my powers and my plans to make a better world, which nobody has that power. Nobody has the power I have. You can't say anybody has that power. So I just say, like I've always said, be patient. Let things fall where they may. What happens in the spirit world doesn't happen in the physical world at the same time. So a lot of what I'm telling you, a lot of what I'm doing happened in the spiritual world. It's done already. It happened. It's over with. It's going to happen here. Like me rising and all the things I've said about the mob and all that stuff. It's going to happen. It's not a question. The question is time. When is it going to happen? It can happen 5 minutes after I turn off this video. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen next week. It's not going to be very long, but it's going to happen. But how long, I can't give you Friday at 6 o'clock, And And I could, but I most likely would be wrong. And the problem is, it might be Friday at 6 o'clock here in my room, but where you live, it might be Saturday or Sunday. You know, and with the news the way they work, who knows? But with the internet, you might find out Saturday or Sunday. But I don't know. And like I said, the government plays with my tapes, my videos, so my videos are probably not what you see. And the list of videos I have is probably not the same as the list that you have. So, and they're in bed with the mob. The government is in bed with the mob. You know, it's safe to say the mob created the government just to control everything. It's no different, you know. But I'm not worried. I love life. I might not run around and do things that would signify that I love life, but I do. And I love all of you. You know, even though you're mean to me, or you don't talk to me, in a way that's good. I don't want to talk to all of you either. You know, I like to be in my own head. I don't want to be in your head. I don't want to fix your problems. I got no problems of my own. I try to fix them through this. I like this medium. I don't have a crowd in front of me. I don't have to go for the laugh. I don't have to go for the jokes, you know, even though I do. But it's not like I need to bang them out like a Robin Williams, one after the other and never stopping, you know. And, you know, he had that platform. That's why he had to do that. You know, when he got serious, people were like, shut up. You know, like, tell a joke. You know, and that's probably how you feel about me, too. But I'm on this thing, so you have to turn it off. And I'm not going to turn it off. But you have to turn it off. But the way I've got you in my trap, you can't keep it off. You go back to it. I got to listen to what he said. You know, stuff like that. So, you know, who's in charge? You know, who's the drug? Who's your drug? You know, it's like the house. Do you really own the house, or does the house own you? You know, and I gotta say, I think the house owns you. Yeah, so, whatever. It also gave you shelter, so it's not so bad.